welcome to today's episode of Quarantine Kitchen. Those of you who know me or have been following my blog for a while will know that I love blender recipes. I love any recipe where you can just mix and go. Anything that's just easy, one pot, and so I use the blender quite a lot for this. Today we're going to be making fresh falafels. Mr. B loves anything chickpeas, and so falafels are one of his favourite. In fact, if he had his way, he'd have falafels on hummus in a chickpea pancake. Falafels don't take too many ingredients. Mainly it's chickpeas, a little bit of onion and some garlic, and then herbs. The spicing is very important, and normally it's done with fresh herbs, but I didn't have any of those because I haven't been to the supermarket nor got a delivery, and so I'm going to be using dried herbs. You can tailor a falafel to the types of spices that you like. So if you like spicy food, why not put a little bit of chili in there or jalapenos? So let's get started. So here I have dried chickpeas that I've left overnight soaked in water. That brings them to life and softens them up a little bit. So that goes straight in the blender. Next I have about half an onion. And then I have the equivalent of about 2 cloves of garlic, but pureed because I don't have any fresh garlic, but I do have it already pre-pureed from Indian shop. For this you would normally use fresh cilantro or coriander, and I don't have that, so I'm going to be using dried, so I'm going to put in about a teaspoon. I like oregano, it's actually a good antibacterial, so I'm going to use that, about a teaspoon of that too. I'm going to put a pinch of mint in for a bit of herbaceous freshness. If you had a lemon, you could always put in a little bit of lemon zest at this point as well. I also like the smokiness to my food, so I always add a little bit of smoked paprika. And then a little bit of cumin, as I like to put cumin in everything, and some salt and pepper. I'm going to pulse it until it's fully ground. You don't want it to be a wet puree, so just use the pulse button on your blender, or just blend it for a small amount of time, or mash it up if you don't have a blender. And that will help the mixture combine. Next, just tip the mixture out into a bowl, and then we'll scoop it onto a baking tray. I preheated the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and I have put some oil, about 2 tablespoons, onto a tray. You can use parchment paper and then oil that. Now I'll put it in the oven at about 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 to 15 minutes. Just watch to see when it's starting to brown and flip it halfway through. The sauce I just showed you is a quick tahini sauce in case you wanted something to drizzle over the top. You'll normally see that in places that serve falafel. So the tahini sauce is very quick. It's just tahini, lemon, I put a little bit of salt, pepper and cumin, and then just filtered water to thin the mixture out, and then you just drizzle that over the top.